Welcome back, Sleeper. I'm SS Cannon, and today let's get a quick recap of what happened last time. Well, Ethan's back, and he is not in great shape because apparently he owes a lot of money to a gang, right? Because apparently the bar, the compressor, is ran by some shady individuals, possibly Yadigan. I would assume it's Yadigan. It's like in that area, but they want their money, and he's got to work it off. And he's informed us, which is why you see this big red track with a lot of cycles on it, that there is essentially a super hunter that has been given a job by SNR to hunt down all sleeper contracts, including me. So we have a limited time to be able to either get a bodyguard, which Ethan has offered himself as the possible person to protect us if they do make their way to us, as long as we can help them pay off his debt. Possibly Yadigan Gang, if we're part of them, they might keep us safe. So it's either that, get the hell off, the eye, which will be pretty difficult if we don't first get rid of Tracker, which is also an option. But I think that's kind of what we're going to focus on today. Fang is ready for us to ripperworm our way into the secret underground base that's apparently been connected with Conway down in the Greenway. And if we're able to do so, hopefully that puts an end to Harden and all of that kind of situation going on, and we're actually able to get the Tracker taken care of. And if we can get that taken care of, we shouldn't have to worry about this bounty hunter, since he won't be able to actually get to us, hopefully. And we'll be safe. We confronted Ankita. She paid us. We took it begrudgingly, obviously, and she apologized for the violence. But like, I understand, right? She didn't really have that much of a choice. She didn't want to do it, but she had to. We got some caps for Epmus, and he's working on that cycle by cycle. And we also built our house. Yeah, our new house, because this is the empty container. Right, but we also have now built our house here in the repaired unit, which we have a stray cat that's coming around. So let's get started. Gotta take a little Maywick. Nah, I fed the cat already today. I won't feed him again. I'll feed him tomorrow. I'll feed him this cycle. Okay, alright. We had a 1 that is a 2, a 5, 2 6s, and a 4. Pretty good, pretty good. We'll feed the cat. It's a new day. But let's focus on Fang. Also, Memphis. One more cycle, and he'll have finished his research. That's right, Tala also wants to make a distillery and a kitchen in the back, so you gotta help her do that. But let's focus on this. We have, that's right, in the Avery, where we can essentially start growing, I think, our own goods. The Greenway Gate. Sorry, we need a Greenway cipher, which I currently don't have. But the Conway access. You need to be ready to give this all your attention. We have some good dye. Once we start this, there's no going back. Let's start it up. Alright, Thorn tunnels into the node, data into the node. The Conway facility opens up to you. Godspeed, Fang. I just saw the worm with thread jumps up out of the facility and spools in front of you, releasing its data like ink in water. Sleeper. Fang voice Kagashu. Moving in. Nodes, then ports. A word of interface. Slot the worms. Timer starts now. Stay safe. The thread dissipates. You're on your own now. Cracked all 3 layers of security. Master input, either 3 or 2. I have a 3. Boom. Bypass. Oh, we got a little bit of monies from this too. F1 port. Good, good, good. Consecute pork. Worm. First layer security. Open up the doors. Open them up. Mine's making progress. Section 2. Need a 4? We got a 4. Alright. S1. We got S2. We need S1. Need a 5? We got a 5. Boom. S1 port. Opened up. Consecute port S. Worm it in. Worm them in. Everyone fries the drone network. I'm sorry. Alright. I think we essentially have 6 cycles, I believe they said, to be able to complete this. This is layer 3. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get through it all today. A 6 or 5? Okay, we have a 6 for that. Let me just check the other ones. That'd be great if one of these. This also needs a 4 to 6. Okay. And this one needs a 5 to 3. So 5 to 6 and a 4 to 6. In that case, we'll use the 6 here. Bink. Alright, we're gonna need. Alright, so tomorrow we're going to need at least a 4. Even from 4 to 6. And a 3 to 5. So we get a. Okay, so it's gonna have to be tomorrow because we unfortunately we have a 1. If we had another 3, that'd be great. But I think that is that. So yeah, this is the tracker, right? If he has one more ding, then he's gonna be completely through. A time return on that, right? We have 6 cycles, so we have plenty of time. As long as we roll exactly what we need, since we only need 2 more, we'll be fine to help our boy Fang out to ensure he doesn't get captured and all this goes out. Because I'm sure if he gets caught, we're not gonna get that tracker taken care of. So we got 1 die. I'm gonna show what it is. I can use this to get energy. Let's sunbathe, since we do have that ability actually. Alright, we sunbathe, we get some energy. Back. Because I don't think there's anything that's like safe that we can do. Because with only a 1, which is basically a 2, I definitely don't want to. Because I know that's not building distillery is not. We don't really need cryo really that bad because we got that 200 payout from Enkita. So yeah, let's sunbathe. It'll be a 2. So give me at least +1, because the only place I can buy food right now, because Infiltrations is down and the kitchen obviously isn't built at the Overlook. So I'd have to go across and get food from the food stalls over there. So let's sunbathe. Native. Oh, that's +1. This one isn't bad. I'm gonna go buy some food from the food stall. If we had gotten at least a neutral, we might have gotten +2, and then we wouldn't have had to, because we might have gotten that. But it's nice food. There we go. Energy. Across the rim. Maywick's coming. Maybe we can approaching. Come on, let's get some of those die. Okay. I think we have what we need. Let's screen away. Alright. Because this needs a 6, which I do have a 6, and the other one I think needs a 5. I have a 6, and this one needs a 3 or a 5. In that case, obviously I'm going to use the 3. Commons I see. Fortunately, I done it before. I could wait another cycle, but I really want to make sure this is taken care of. Last worm. Final layer, control surveillance. There we go. A thread from the facility cuts through the cloud like a hairline crack of light. That's it. The final layer of security broken. Somewhere buried in the depths of the station, Fang is in control. He's slicing into the camera control circuits and piping out the results. The thread flickers and unravels into an image. A scene. 2 figures in a room. One sat, the other pacing. The pacing figure resolves into Hardin, the unmistakable superior posture to shock and gray hair. The second figure features don't seem to resolve. They're vague, unformed. A problem with the data, perhaps? You look closer. Then you see it. The figure's a proxy. Perhaps you should have expected it from Conway, a corporation whose very existence is owed to automation. The proxy is a machine, designed to be piloted by remote connections. Someone elsewhere in the system puppeteering it with their own body, speaking so it may speak. The proxy sits impassively, or the Conway executive that is piloting them does, from the distant safety of some ship or orbiting colony perhaps. We can move forward, there's no doubt, Hardin's saying. The reclamation teams are almost ready, and after that, I'll make the declaration. Nothing has to change. The proxy leans forward, his movement stilted, uneven, and as if his body was being refracted through water. But things must change, Hardin. We need further assurances. I've been informed of a breach in one of your closed networks in the low end. You've been careless. Hardin waves the accusation away. We have been stretched. A breach was detected, yes, but no data of value was lost. Our board is concerned, Hardin. A drop in our value would be unwelcome at this time. The proxy leans back, its posture dominant. If the reclamation of A1 is contested, then we could be drawn to a compromising legal position. Hardin approaches the proxy. There will be no contest, not for Solon, who cannot muster defense, not from Havenage, who will fall into line below me. He crouches in front of the seated feature, eye to eye. And the people of the station? Refugees, gangs, spacers, all either opportunists or degenerates. Havenage is no longer strong, no longer united. No one here believes in Erland's vision, nor has the strength to enact it. I sat across from him at the negotiation table. He was forceful, eager, weakened by his ideological convictions perhaps, but a great man nonetheless. This place no longer deserves to bear his name. The eye is crippled, it cannot survive. It is a ruin filled with squatters and outlaws. They will be lucky if it still spins in 100 cycles. Hardin stands. You'll move forward with the reclamation, because otherwise you will lose your advantage in the system. Without your advantage, you will lose claims in the remaining paladin. Without the paladin, your factories will go dark. He pauses. Do I need to continue? Hardin put his dick on the table. One moment, comes a response from the proxy. Its head drops to its chest. Hardin sits back and paces once more, awaiting the discussion taking place elsewhere in the system. You watch Hardin as he paces, as he considers his future. What goes on within a mind like that? In the mind of a man who would burn all those around him for a path to some imagined golden end. The proxy lifts his head. We're happy to proceed. We will legally claim the station formerly known as Solomon A1 as salvaged within 6 cycles. Havenage is to assist with the transport of illegal residents to Conway housing and labor facilities. So we're coming in 6 cycles. The proxy judders to its feet. Conway will also claim 7% of the raw output of the reclamation process after losses have been accounted for. Hardin nods. I accept. The proxy reaches out to shake his hand like a marionette, and then the recording loops. You watch it play out a second time, gripped by a horrified fascination. This is a bluntness of the conversation, to a blatant disregard for humans as anything other than objects. Things to be moved, to be used, to be fed into structures, crushed, and losses accounted for in the cells of tables, the margins of ledgers. You realize now that you're no different than anyone else in the station in the eyes of the people in that room, and those like them. Each body here can be recast as a piece of property, a tool, an expense, an acceptable loss. In one moment they can be named a citizen, celebrated, protected, and in another the very idea of citizenship can be used against them. This is what it means to live in proximity to a system like this. No longer. Not while the eye spins. You gather the recording, pack it into a polygon of purest light. Then you drift down into the server stock like a falling leaf and find the relay. It only takes a second to place a polygon of data in the recording to a relay system thing prepared, and then you watch as it bursts out, a web of threads heading out into the black to every network device on the eye. Let them see what power makes of a man. That nigga got exposed! We exposed the fuck out of him. We exposed the ever-living fuck out of him. Yes, sir. We're faint to return. And we got an extra upgrade point. It's great, it's great. What are we gonna use it on? I'm thinking either the instant armor or right now we have one scrap. I don't know how much it ends in. We have a whole stabilizer. So it's either the reroll or the... So do we reroll our die? If we can reroll that, I mean, that's pretty cool. Or just be able to repair at home. It's just, I don't know how much we're going to repair, right? I'm not sure if it's like one scrap because there's one bar. I mean, that could, prolong for a bit. But right now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm guessing Fang's not going to be over here anymore. Because, yeah, I'm not seeing anything about Fang being in the area. Let's go to the other side. I think we're working on stuff over here anyway. Oh, that's right. Emphys is done. Let's see what Emphys has found out. Emphys is preparing the Graoli cats. He has had to heavily adapt this recipe, he says, but the smell is already incredible. It emanates from a strange purplish white bulb you have never seen before, and he's slicing it finely. He brushes and slices the mushroom and then places them in the wok with the sliced bulb and the oil. Then they caramelize there in the well-worn crucible. He has liquids, transparent and opaque, and then turns down the heat. A sprinkle of leaves and the final touch. We have a moment, Sleeper. Do you have a story? Something in the scent of food gives you a feeling of nostalgia, something distant and melancholy. It seems like the story should match the feelings about it, and maybe you will feel better for telling it. Yeah, I feel like you don't tell someone else's story, right? You tell your own stories. You start by explaining that when you're emulated from a person, many of your memories are left behind. Perhaps an intentional part of the process, a way of keeping sleepers ignorant and malleable, or perhaps it's a side effect of the imperfect emulation. You admit that you don't really know. What you do know is that some memories survive, and that on occasion they come back to you, like shadows passing overhead. You detail one recurring memory, which despite returning to you with enough regularity for you to think it's familiar, always fades as quickly as it arrives. You struggle to explain the feeling of being whole for a moment that comes with the memory, and then how the wholeness slips away to leave you feeling like you have forgotten something important, but just can't bring it to mind. Emphys nods throughout, cooking as he does with deft and skillful movements. You start to trail off as you realize you can't find the words to explain how the memories you do have feel like both yours and someone else's at the same time, and how that always fills you with a certain sadness. The sadness remaining forever unknown, even to yourself. Emma's finished cooking and meets your eyes. I'm sorry, Sleeper, for your troubles. He puts the wok to one side. I appreciate you sharing with me. He smiles. I hope it lightens you a little. He passes you a bowl and heaps the Graoli into it, their yellow color mixing with the pale sauce and whirls and blooms. Eat. The dish is delicious, filling. It warms you as you eat it, as you weren't even sure your body could be warmed. It is small mercy, you think, that SNR left you this pleasure. Many of the features of frame are there to simulate human experience. You know that much. Emulated minds cannot be rewired, so their need for embodied experience must be met. This is why you breathe even when you do not need air. Without that simulation, the sensation of drowning would be unbearable. Food serves another purpose. Your frame is able to metabolize it to produce energy from the raw material. Vitamins and minerals are excess, of course. Your frame only needs raw power. So much is wasted. And yet, while you eat this food and feel this warmth, nothing feels wasted. It all means something to you. As you finish, Invis takes the bowl, the last of his cleaning. He smiles at you, and neither of you feel the need to say anything more. Instead, you simply exchange nods and walk your separate ways back into the bright market. Somehow, changed. Got my full wheel. Hey. Alright, the stall's back up. And I'm back at full, which is just real good, real good. Alright. Well, we got 3 die. Just waiting for Fang to come back, which... Fang's Bailey says it's gonna take him 2 cycles. That's fine. 2 cycles he'll have returned. So we're gonna do these die. This is scrap? Yeah, scrap people. Was I working on the bar? I was not working on the bar. What was I working on? I think I was working with Yadigan. I was working with Yadigan a little bit. These are risky. I could very easily. You know, that's a 6. I guess I wasn't working on anything particular because we were focusing. I think so. I was working at the farms. The girls are defined. How far am I in the commune? Oh, I'm 2 away from the commune. I can knock this out. Oh, this is safe. These are safe. 3 to 4. Let's. The 4 makes a possibility for. Let's. If it's positive, then I'll just get it. If it's positive, then you'll just get it. If it's positive, I'll just get it. There we go. It's like, hey. That's not, I didn't need the engaged because the engaged can give you energy if you succeed well. But I have my full energy, so I was like, not really need it. Oh, I got over point as well. Oh, I got a dorm now. Oh, now I have 3 points. Now technically I can get a +2 in something, which would be pretty useful. But now I have a Haifa dorm. I'm hearing out that I have... Man, I used to live in that fucking container back for all those cycles that Dragos hit me up with. Now I built my own house. I got access to the dorms. Let's talk to Rico. Rico. Head of the Haifa botany. You head down to the Haifa compound, following a blue painted line that is labeled laboratories. The member you were assigned to work told you to ask to see you, but you still have no idea what about. The line takes you to a blue door, and through to a glass roof chamber where a network of stems and leaves filters the sunlight coming to the ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow-green. Peaceful, isn't it? Distracted by the grain, you miss the woman standing at the lab bench, camouflaged by the dappled light. Welcome to my sanctuary, she smiles. Come, let's talk, she says and beckons you closer. Yeah, what is this? It's like, here? These were processing centers for the agriculture of the old corporate station. She offers a hand to shake. I'm Rico. I run the botany program in Haifa. Yeah, botany program? Yes, the plants in the green were vital to Haifa's continued existence. It's important we understand them. She lifts a tiny sample jar. Yellow spores dance inside. Haifa lives off the land of the Greenway. It's what allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep here, we feed each other, we work for each other. Rico walks away in the bench and waves for you to follow. She opens a small door and leads you down a glass corridor surrounded by vivid green. All of this, she says, gesturing at the overgrowth. It's a kind of miracle. She looks at you with bright eyes. What do you think usually happens to plants in stations like this, when they're abandoned? Yeah, I would assume without any sort of actual thing keeping them up, since it's like space, if the systems go down, then what, they just sort of die, right? Like, eventually, yes, they cannot live without intervention. She leads you to left at the crossroads, but here, they endured. She smiles at us. Actually, no, they thrived. You look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. They look dominant, strong, like they're taking control of this place. Rico continues. Of course, Solomon tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface with gardens and algae tanks and fed into a network of microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as extractive? A place where which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not a closed loop. For this reason, when the clouds came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlen himself was so convinced of it that his first colony never even came here to try to reclaim it. The Eye instead relied on outside favors of influence, shipments in the inner systems, and small-scale agricultural systems like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet here we are, among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishing. When Haifa came here, we expected to find only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves, and perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch. But we found a jungle. With this, Rico hit a button on the wall, and leads you through a large pair of double doors into a huge, impossible chamber. It is every kind of green, from the pale algae tanks to the dark vines that surround them. It's wet too, a rarity on the eye. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers on the shiny, broad leaves of shrub. Yeah, like how? That is exactly our question. Rico turns to you, visibly excited by the room you're both saying in. It doesn't make sense, but in many ways the system is stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap, who need input to support their meager output, this place runs itself. Perhaps Solomon managed somehow built here. Perhaps they tweaked the plants or built new systems buried deep below us. Or perhaps the collapse caused some fortunate cascade, an unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like you to help me find out. She turns to you, her forehead wet with dew. He was like, wait, aren't you the botanist? Astutely noticed, but I don't need a botanist. Rico sits on the railing. These halls run deep, sleeper, and I'm getting old. She stands her foot on the metal grating of the walkway. Whatever is causing this is found in the groves deep in the Greenway. Haifa won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous. It's unnecessary, they say. I can make the case, but I can't get the votes. You sleepers are hardly beings. I know that much, but you can speak to the Eye, uncover its secrets in ways I never can. She holds out an arm so you can help her stand. Bring me samples, spores, seeds, and blooms. I can grow them in the lab and study them. The deeper they are found, the better. I mean, I've been having a blast exploring the Eye. It's always some new shit happening. And it's like, so honestly, I'm cool with getting deeper into it. And now that the hunter isn't after me, right now he's in a tailspin, trying to figure out if he's got something to kill her or not. I don't mind. Yeah, let's do it. Thank you. And thank you for listening. I'm a great listener. Really great listener. Rico leads you back to the huge chamber and up through the passages. She's a little slower now and stumbles on the steps. You help her where you can. It's good to have new blood in the commune, she says. Many of us have been here for a long time, and few come through. She settles back at the bench in the lab, stretching her legs. You go to leave. Come back if you find something, sleeper, she calls. There are discoveries to be made. And you follow the blue line back up to the compound, all the time thinking of the impossible magical green. Alright, new drive. Alright, we gotta help Rico experiments. Yeah. The Haifa Labs. Deliver spores. Rigo's asks you to get symbols from deep within the girl's Greenway when you might not understand them. So they need 3 spores. Guessing they're gonna be here in the Haifa commune? Oh, this is just regular work assignments, which can give you energy, I guess. Grow spores? Is that what I want? Because I want caps. I'm guessing I want spores. Yeah, I can see it's spores. So I assume that, yeah. And the mushroom grows. Collecting spores here. I don't know for a fact if that's this. I'm going to throw a 6 at it just to see. It is that. Okay, and because I got a positive, I got 2 spores, which is very good. Alright. Here's the spores. Means I can probably knock this out, honestly, tomorrow. Got a 2, that 2 is basically a 3. We're gonna want something safe, so even if we fail, it's fine, which can be this, but this gives us energy and we don't need energy. It's in gauge. It's not really worth using, so it might be better to save rate. Anything? Clear overgrowth. I can work on this. This has its own thing. Yeah, let's do this. No whammies, no whammies. +1. I mean, that's why we have it. I guess technically I can sleep here because we have the dorm now. But I do got a cat. I got a stray cat I gotta feed though. I'm a responsible pet owner. Pet owner. The cat's not mine. In a way, the cat saved me. Okay. That's right. I had. Yeah! I looked at that dice roll, I said, no. Oh man, I still have one more upgrade point, but yeah, now that's a dice pull. I feed this cat. That's a dice pull. So Fang will be here tomorrow, right? Jeff. Fang will be back tomorrow. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I have a lot of good die. Let's go ahead and just throw that one over here. We'll throw the 3 over there. I'll just throw this 3 over here. Just get that spore that we need. Oh, good. Oh, even better. Unless like I need more. No, that's like I got the one. There we go. Spores delivered. Rico! Sleeper, Rico greets you without so much as looking up from her work. I have some of yours here. Come see. She beckons you over to a heavyweight looking console, wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores. Yeah, what's good? The spores you have here are a real cocktail, a selection of types from within the groves, but I've been able to isolate a few. She taps one of the specimen jars. Here we have, we're doing this. Tricholoma matsutake. Rico breezes through Latin and Japanese pronunciation as it was nothing. Just like me. Just like it was nothing. A species Solheim somewhat modified for use on station. She brings up a panel on her console, showing the chemical composition of granulated bars and obtuse acronyms. This is the composition of Solomon modified matsutake spores. Yeah, what? Am I supposed to understand that? Not entirely, no. But I think I understand this. Rico brings up another panel, identical in layout, but with widely different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your matsutake spores look like. They're not the same? That's the conclusion, yes. Rico glances at the specimen jar as if might have something to add. They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back and says, Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked version in the beginning, but the groves have, and still are, affecting them. So they're slowly changing themselves. They're adapting. It's hard to tell without samples of fully grown mushrooms. She meets her eyes. And herein lies our problem. She moves to the other desk, where 2 trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second you smell before you even look at it. The pungent aroma of the fruiting matsutake, like rotting, sodden overalls, laced with an edge of spice. The matsutake here are grown from Solheim stalks, pulled from a spore vault in the complex, she winks. They are delicious, by the way. She sets them aside. The empty tray is germinated with spores you collected. No activity, no germination, no nothing. But the groves are full. Yes, they are. Rico looks at you directly, and you suddenly realize how much he's enjoying this. So here's our puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the grove won't grow in the lab, but gathering fruiting bodies from the groves is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruity body from some of these spores so we can track it, understand it. In short, I need you to become my mushroom farmer. I actually do have an aviary. I haven't actually planted anything yet. But yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, because the aviary I can start planning to grow my own. So I'm guessing I need to actually grow some of my own. Look, I'm guessing, as you can guess, that this is the closer the spores are to the grows, the better they'll germinate. There's an old dome, the aviary, which sits directly above the grow's vent cores. With a bit of work, it'd make a perfect place to germinate the spores. Ryu glances around at the meager lab and improvised equipment. Look, I do it myself, but it was a crutch. My farming days are over. Bring me whatever you grow, not just matsutake. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so I'll need plenty of sample. She plucks a matsutake cup from the tray. These little things are reflections of their conditions, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the conditions of their growth. She smells the cap. Enough of these, and we'll have a picture of what's happening here, of the ways in which the biosphere is modifying itself, or being modified, whichever the case may be. Riga pops about to take a cap into her mouth, taking you by surprise. And don't worry, Sleeper, she says while she's softly chewing. If this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. Okay. So yeah, I do have access to the aviary. Which is already... I guess, yeah, I'm already sort of messing with it. So then I decide if I want to continue messing with the aviary, because I'll just probably knock it out right now. Let's think about it. I get +3. And these are 2 6s, so that's +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To clear the undergrowth. But before I decide whether I'm going to actually do that, because this don't have across the room. I could help Ethan. I'm not going to help Ethan right now. I don't need him. I could continue Arabia stuff, but that's also pretty slick. Work on the overlook. Make the distillery. You know what? Well, Riga, we'll clear out the aviary for right now. We'll work on this. We'll clear it out. Yeah, the other thing is this is safe though. It's safe, so if I do end up with just terrible dice, I can just put them all there and at least get like +1 towards it every time. Yeah. Yet again. Or the overlook. Let's go yet again. Bing. It is a thing to me that like you only get 1. I wish I got more than 1. I got 2 scrap, so you get that level. Yeah, at least this gives me 2. 50-50. Oh, roll that dice! Positive. Don't be bad. Neutral. Yeah, I know I said that and then I immediately went to build a still instead because that's just the way I am. Let's nap it up. Nap it up. How are these dice? What's these dice looking like? What are these dice looking like? Okay, they're good. I'm not gonna reroll this. I'll feed this cat. Sometimes the cat is cool. Other times the cat is ass. Alright. Fang is back. We got a 1. We have 3 6s. Diablo. And a 1. That's the one I can use the aviary to get it safe. Fang! Fang grins at you as the bay door slides open. Above in the rest of the building, people are busy, frightened. They speak in hushed tones and organize endless meeting and endless meeting. Havenage has avoided a full-blown crisis for now, but change is coming. Fang is in good spirits and bundles you inside before you even have a chance to greet him. That was the slickest operation the station has seen! He hugs you firmly. You've made my job easy. He shakes you by the shoulder. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. And he smiles. I got to watch through the camera at Havenage security that weren't in on it assaulted the station. Fang smiled. One of them straight up just whacked harder with their pistol. It was beautiful. So they got him. It's like, oh, he's being held. Yeah. He looks around. I think the idea is to use him as leverage with Conway. Get them back off. Maybe they'll exile him when they're done, or hand him over to some core authority. Hank shrugs. Now I know he won't be an issue. I'm going to be focusing on systems for a bit. He shakes his head, seeing as that's my actual job. He points to the ceiling. The people upstairs weren't so happy though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared. Like, I'm not surprised, man. It's a scary moment. Yeah, the whole thing hasn't won me many fans in the administration. But I think in the end, they'll agree that outing Hardin was worth it, whatever the methods. He touched a stack of hardware. The eye is odd, and it's never meant to run like this. The master control points that Erland and Havenage installed, they keep it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal. But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning next cycle, no. He smiles. And me, and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that. Hardin's problem was that he didn't believe in the people. He believed in systems, and their ability to shape the world around them. Fang squeezed your shoulder. But as far as I am concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way around. Anyway, Fang rats on the side of the tunnel. I know you didn't come here for a lecture. Yeah, about that tracker that I've been wanting to get removed, like, forever ago. Yeah, I kind of need it. I haven't forgotten. Which is a thumbnail drive. I managed to finish the code solution I showed you. It's a modified Ripper Worm, one made to deactivate that tracker of yours. But in the time since I got back, I added something extra. The tracker of yours doesn't just show SNR where you are. It transmits data about the state of your body, your current condition. My worm won't just deactivate it. It'll edit that data to tell SNR your body is I know the word. Irreparably damaged. DNR. Do not retrieve. He grins wildly. Pretty smart, right? So not only is the tracker disabled, you're gonna send a signal saying that I'm done. I'm completely done. There's no point in coming to get me. I'm finished. Because that was my other concern. I was like, okay, well, isn't the bounty hunter just gonna show up to the last place the tracker was and just go from there, right? Ask around. But if it's like, hey, they're done, there's no point in coming to get them. At least, yeah, I can make them not have to waste the money to retrieve something that is unusable. So yeah, that is perfect. It is just slot already. You take the drive and hold in your hand. You close your eyes and open up your access ports. Take down your defenses. The worm immediately enters your closed network. It whips through it, taking things with it as it goes. The moment they're gone, you forget they were even there. They just blink out of existence. A second later, it's done. You open your eyes. How do you feel? Asked Fang a little nervously. Nigga, I'm tired. I've been doing this shit for cycles. Dude, I'm tired. He's like, hey, ROL, imagine the shutter. Take it easy. Things might be a little woozy for a minute. He looks at his terminal screen. The logs tell me it works, so feel it or not, you're free. Fang lights the word free hang in the air a little before he continues. Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration. Fang wraps his arm around you. Jenna still owes us those drinks. He leaves and you join him. And later, when you leave, you feel deeply thankful for having such a friend. As you walk away in the building, you look up in the wide curve of the eye, up at the hub, and the other rim beyond it. The whole thing twinkles like lights, and it seems impossible to see it as anything other than breathtakingly beautiful. It feels in the moment like something eternal. It doesn't mean it can, or even should, last forever, or that it'll never change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place is a future, and it's one that you know, deeply and truly, is worth protecting. We fucking did it, man. Anyway, I have 2 upgrade points. And I have scrap. And I'm gonna get this. But Tracker's gone. Tracker gone. Disabled. Not only disabled, if I can add that little extra sauce to it, send the feedback to SNR to let them know that I'm gone. Condition fucked. Completely unable to be used. Utter destroyed. No reason for retrieval. Just a little extra bit to it. You know, I think it was actually a great place to end it. Typically, I'd go through and stuff, but I think that works pretty well. I'll bring in Matsutake caps. That's what I emphasize. Alright, I was just looking at this. I know I just said that, but I don't look at these. Grow mushrooms, which I also need to do for the Matsutake cap. Here we go, goes. Distillery. I'm hoping that Sabina not really on a timer anymore. What for? Way coming to die. The Trager is gone. I'm dead. I don't know what we'll do next, but we've got a great set of dice for whatever we do decide to do next time. But I'm SS Cannon. Thanks for staying with me for a bit, Sleeper. See you next time. Later.